What are we doing here if our men ain't eating the pum pum and we as women, we're not licking the lollipop? Like, what is the essence of the foreplay without playing like that? Softly, use your bedroom voice. It's not every time, wah, 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 wah. Don't be too loud, baby. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jane Lawrence and I come with a lot of juicy content. 9 common mistakes women make during sex. Yes. Oof. Number 1, being unhygienic. Look, it's very expedient that I started this conversation with this one because hygiene is very important to men as much as it is important to women, which is why if you're not taking care of your lady parts, making sure that you're neat and you smell good down there, then you're majorly doing something wrong. Because before you mount your man, before you mount him, you've got to take a shower. You've got to make sure that you've taken a good shower. Spread them leaves down there. Wash it properly. And I've made a video on how to wash your panani, so check it out, all right? I would leave the link up here. Shave. If you have to wax, then make sure that you rub your pelvis, with oil. And don't forget your butt crack, all right? Because assuming that he's taking you from behind and he spreads it, he doesn't need to see that your butt crack is ashy, because that's just really tacky. Hey, that's ashy and really tacky. He doesn't need to spread it all out and, your butt crack is just ashy. All right, so make sure that you oil it properly so that when it spreads, it just glides through easily and everywhere is just shimmery. Okay, do you get what I mean? Yeah, I just needed to get that out because I am into details. I am just into details, honestly. Okay, right, let's get into it. Number 2, being too submissive in bed, baby girl. I know that. Being submissive is good and all of that. But when it comes to the bedroom, my dear darling, you've got to throw away submissiveness. Except you're playing the role. Go all out and play the role. Being submissive, and maybe he wants to dominate you. That's cool. But men actually like women who can go out of their comfort zone to initiate. Stop waiting for him to approach you all the time, 24/7, whenever he needs it, even if he doesn't need it. Do your own beating by being a seductress. Bring out that alter ego and tell him what to do. Lay him down. He doesn't even necessarily have to do anything to you. Let him be your biatch and treat him cool. Trust me, he's going to be happy to see your alter ego come into play, into full display, if he hasn't seen that before of you. All right, and don't you forget to give that alter ego a name. You've got to give your alter ego a name, because when he hears it, that baby, tonight I'm going to be Lucy. Lucy is coming to play tonight. When he hears that, he is like, ooh, it's about to get nasty. It's about to get down. Do you get what I mean? I feel like every woman, every man should have an alter ego. Something that you don't spring up all the time, but once you spring it out, it's about to get rough. It's about to get 2 times nastier than ever before. Whew, my God. How I look, guys. I look so good today. Now, number 3, another mistake that women make during lovemaking is worrying about how we look. Baby girl, we all have flaws. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. I've got flaws that I would like to hide. But when it comes to men, when having sex, right, with you, they usually don't care about your flaws. They don't care about how you look. So if you're constantly worrying about how you look, then you're definitely doing it wrong, because you're drawing his attention to the places that he doesn't really care so much about. And it also shows him that you're not confident. And when you're not confident in bed, if you're so conscious of how you look, how you feel like, you definitely are going to exude it when you're making love, because you're not going to be really expressive. You're not going to move in the way that you ought to move. Do you get what I mean? So let go. Be free. Express yourself. Forget about your fupa. let it jiggle. If you've got, what else do you have? If you've got cellulite, forget about the cellulites. Look, it's pretty much unappealing, darling. It's pretty much unappealing for a man to see a woman who is not confident in her own skin. All right, you've got to be confident in your own skin. With that, you can express yourself. You can have mind-blowing intimacy with this man that you're with. Stop being bothered about your flaws, because you actually look great. If you didn't look great, if he didn't think that you look great, he wouldn't have a rise before you. Even though I know that there are some men who will still have a rise regardless whether they like you or not. They're just that type of men. Number 4, not going down on your man. That's all shades of wrong. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here if our men ain't eating the pum pum and we as women, we're not licking the lollipop? Like, what is the essence of the foreplay without playing like that? Without giving that dessert before the full course meal? It doesn't make sense to me. Help me make sense of it. How do you even go into the main course without having dessert? Foreplay is very fundamental, honestly, darling. It is, I can't overemphasize how important foreplay is when it comes to lovemaking. That should be, you should give express time to it, because you know what? Lovemaking at the end of the day is usually very short, but foreplay is a totality of, you could stay in having foreplay for hours if you care, if you can control it. Do you get what I mean? So I don't see why women feel so irritated going down on your man. When I mean your man, I'm saying your husband, because I mean, like, not everyone deserves to be given head. Not everyone needs to be given fellatio or cunnilingus, all right? Absolutely. So if you like him going down on you, then it's actually considered good manners to give him that favor. Some women may not even like it, but know that it's quite empowering to make him orgasm, just not with your hands, but of course with your mouth. Okay? And you're going to do it like your life depends on it. You're not going to do it absent-mindedly, like you don't like it, or, oh, yuck, I don't like to put it, or I feel like throwing up. You've got to learn how to control your gag reflexes, all right? Slow up on it, wet it all around, make it all nasty with your saliva. The more nastier it is, the more wet, the more sloppier it is, the sweeter the better, the deeper the sensation he gets. And trust me, he's gonna treat you right afterwards. Number 5, some women make this mistake a lot of times, all right? Using your teeth during oral, when you're giving him head, using your teeth. I don't know, but I think that most men really love receiving head, right? But you have to try not to use your teeth at all. Because if you do so when you're going down on him, you might just give him serious injuries. Men are very sensitive down there, so you've got to be very cautious when you're going down on him. If not, he will not be willing to put his lollipop in your mouth again. And he might definitely, if he's not a loyal person, he will definitely go get it somewhere from some woman who knows how to give a good head. Is that what you want? So please, remove your teeth. And one of the ways that you could protect his joystick from being hurt by your teeth is by covering your teeth with your lips like this. It's easy. Or just consciously do not let your teeth graze through his lollipop, all right? Number 6 mistake that women make during... Stop giving too much feedback about the deed all the damn time, okay? It's good to tell your man how you feel, the things that you like and the things that you do not like in bed, but don't go on doing it too much, taking it overboard with it. Sometimes it's okay not to immediately give him feedback. Maybe you could talk about it a little later so as not to turn him off, especially if he did something wrong, okay? It's not every time that you tell him how he could have done it better or how you like it in a certain way. All right, just let it slide and just be cheerful. If he was sloppy today, it could be that there are some factors, tied to him being sloppy. Then you could just let that slide. But if it becomes so occurrent, then maybe you could just talk about it. Sometimes you just need to zip it up and know when to pick that fight. Because for men, their ego is really fragile. So you don't want to necessarily hurt their ego, right? But I'm not saying that you should endure all the time, especially when, lovemaking isn't great between you two. Well, on the flip side of things, number 7, women, stop being overly silent. I think if you like it, he should know. All right? Guys just hate it when you don't react in bed. Just as we as women, we don't like it when men are mute in bed as well. Like you're doing everything unnecessary to get him, pleasured, but you can't sense it because he's just mute, he's just quiet. That's the same feeling that men get when they're putting in all the energy and they're not getting any response from you. All right? So you don't want to stay quiet. Moan, groan, and tell him that he's doing the right thing, because he probably is. So whether you're a man or a woman, just understand that the sounds that you're making in bed are indicative of the fact that he's doing or she's doing something right to you. All right? Then again, don't fake that sound, because men are smart now enough to know that, you're faking it. So instead of faking it, just flip the script on how you want roles to be played out. And if he is smart, he will take the corrections. Number 8, it is not every time you rush things in a bedroom. Sometimes you need to take your time. Don't assume that he wants to do it or he wants to go too fast. Take time to go slow and explore every corner of his body. Play his body like a violin. Let him enjoy every flick of your tongue, every caress of your finger, the softness of your lips on his skin. Trust me, he will love when you take things slow. Because honestly, rushing it is making a bad decision. All right? Just take it slow. Worship his body from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot. And that's why I encourage you women out there to go and learn how to massage. Go and learn how to massage so that you can start off with massaging. Look, I know there are times that you could just rush things, right? Just maybe have quickie here and there. Maybe he just comes back from, maybe he just takes a break from work and decides to come home to come get quickie if you're a full-time housewife or whatever, right? I could understand that bam, bam, bam. But there are times that you should, it's more or less like you spending quality time in the bedroom. You're exploring your bodies, you're touching each other, you're worshiping your bodies, you're reverencing each other's bodies. You don't even necessarily have to end it or cap it all up with lovemaking. You're just there to soothe them, caress your being, and even talk to them about their day. How did their day go? What happened? Are they okay? Softly use your bedroom voice. It's not every time, wow, 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 wow. Don't be too loud, baby. Don't be. Channel your sensuality, your feminine energy, your goddessness into that moment. Do you get what I mean? These things sometimes you have to learn them. We're not all born with these things. You've got to learn and put it into practice. Do you get what I mean? Yes. 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 Oof. 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 Okay, number 9. Another mistake that women have while having the do is being too shy. Come on now. You are at it and you know it. So what's the point of being shy now? Stop covering up yourself completely and have it all out in the light. Try out something new. Let him see you in your glory, flaws and all. You don't bloody care. This is you. There is no other woman he would ever be with that can express herself, you know, that can channel. There is just something about you. It's not about your skin. It's not about you. There's just some energy inside of you that is speaking depth. Do you get what I mean? So bring out that energy, put in the work, and put on a show, okay? All right then. That will be all until my next episode. Live love and be happy. My name is Jane Lawrence. Welcome to my juicy town. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a video here. And do well to subscribe, because I only come with a lot of juice.